Hello everyone and welcome back to my survival time-lapse series. My name is Illyrio and today I'm gonna start working on a sheep farm. The plan is to dig a small area to build a playerless sheep farm so I can chunk load it and I don't have to AFK there with the player. I'm gonna talk more about the farm later in the video. For this farm I decided to dig a hole with a pickaxe instead of using TNT, and it's because I find digging to be very relaxing and sometimes I just want to dig and not think about anything else. And it also allows for much more interesting shapes than using TNT, for example. So right now I'm gonna make a very simple dig saw to collect some of the ores and I'm gonna start digging. And around 27 hours later the perimeter is complete, which brings me just above 4 million netherite pickaxe uses. And we can also check my other tools. I have for example 735 netherite shovel uses, and I'm using only netherite tools to mine because the diamond tools are for AFK. We can't really see here, but I have over 50 million diamond pickaxe uses for the ice farm. We can also check the different blocks I mine, so this is all from the ice farm, and all of this is from normal terrain. And this is only to differentiate what I mine manually from what I AFK. And also for this dig, I turned on this rule from Chronos carpet, so I could instant mine deep slate with a netherite pickaxe. Before turning on this rule I had over 90,000 deep slate mined, so I just decided to go up to 100k. And so everything after I reached the 100,000 deep slate mined was instant mined with the mod. Before making the farm, I'm gonna build a decoration, and for this one I decided to keep it simple. I'm just gonna have a pixel art with black concrete walls. And I'm sure most of you already know the name of this Pokemon. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna build a playerless sheep farm by Chronos. Compared to usual sheep farms, in this one, the sheep will not eat the grass block, but they will eat a short grass on top of the grass block. Because the grass block cannot spread without a player, but you can have short grass if you use bone meal, even if you don't have any player. And so that's why I also have to build a bone meal farm. In my case, I'm using the Chronos one. Compared to usual sheep farms, this one is much bigger for the same speed, because in each cell you have only one sheep. In my case I decided to have 16 sheep per color for a total of 256 sheep. And so the farm will produce a bit more than 1000 of each wool color per hour, or a total of 17,000 items per hour. So it's not super fast, but I'm planning to run it in the background for at least a few weeks, and this way I should have enough wool for all the future decorations. Initially the farm was supposed to fit inside of one chunk loader, but I ended up making it bigger, and so I had to build 4 to load the entirety of the farm. Before putting the ship in place and actually finishing the farm, I need to fill every dispenser with bone meal and shears. I already have a bone meal farm, so this part is going to be easy, but I also need to make a big storage for all the shears. And this is technically easy, I just need to bring a lot of iron blocks from my mass crafting system and craft them all into shears. But this is where things start to be a bit interesting, because for some reason I decided that it would be a good idea to uncraft a few shulker boxes of iron blocks and craft everything into shears. But each shulker box of iron blocks is 27 stacks, which then becomes 243 stacks of iron ingot, which then transforms into 7700 shears. And so I quickly ended up with a few thousand entities, and well, without any surprise, the server crashed. I tried to log back in a few times, but every time the server would crash. So in the end, I spawned a bot and waited 5 minutes for all the items to despawn, and then I logged back in again and crafted all the shears, just one shulker box at a time. Okay, now everything is ready. We can finally put the ship in. You can see right here the minecarts are being filled with shears, and then they're gonna go across each dispenser to fill them. The first dispensers are almost full, but then I still have to wait a long time for all the other dispensers. On the other side we also have the bone meal distribution. There is also a chest minecart that is getting filled with bone meal at 2 times hopper speed. And we can see in action the bone meal farm, which is producing a bit more than what we actually need, just to be safe. The bone meal is sent up the water stream, and then at the top I have one filter just to make sure we only get bone meal, because this farm produces a lot more stuff. And yeah, that's basically how it works. Putting the ship in place wasn't the most fun part, especially in the beginning. It took a bit of time to figure out the best way of doing it, but after a few tries I ended up having a good way of doing it, and it was just a matter of repeating the same thing over and over again 256 times. What I did was basically to place a minecart, tie the ship and send it on its way. Then it's just a matter of removing the minecart, placing a glass block and removing the rail line. And it ended up taking about 6 hours. And let's quickly take a look at a module in action. When the ship hits the grass, that will update a batted piston, which will then update the dispenser to shear the ship, and the bone meal dispenser to get the new grass. And then the wool will be collected by a hopper minecart. Now I've run the farm for about a week, and I have a bit more than 2 double chests of each color. I already took some to main storage for future projects. But yeah, this farm works well, and I'm happy that I can finally use some wool in future decoration projects. So that's gonna be it for this project and this video. As you can see, I've changed a bit the format of these videos. It used to be only time lapses with subtitles, but now I've decided to talk as well to explain a bit more what I'm doing, and I'm also including more first-person point of views. Let me know what you think of this new format of videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!